Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here to work on more page kits for the virtual crop coming up this weekend, June 3rd and 4th. So we're going to put together 4 page kits is what I'm thinking right now. And then we'll only have 3 more left to do, which will be posted the day of the crop. Okay, so I brought 2 of the containers here. And what I'm hoping is that I can get most of my embellishments from here. So I don't need, to cut apart any digital files. I'll pretty much have everything from these 2 containers. That's the hope anyway. Okay. So I don't know if I want viewfinders or circles. So I guess it'll be whatever I find the most of. Okay. Oh, look down here. Yes. So I got some circles. And I know this is going to be my background. So I gotta think about that too. So I think, personally, I think the viewfinders will stand out better against that because then you have the white on white. So I'm going to try and find more viewfinders. And look, this is a little chick that I put together during the Scrapathon. So I'm going to try and use it. There you go, another viewfinder. And I'm not too fussy whether they're all the exact same color of blue. I'm okay if it's a little bit different. There's not that much difference between those 2 anyway. And then I have this one, which is like a half of it. So that'll be more than enough. So I got my viewfinders. Now I need my 1.5 inch circle because I love to overlay them like this so that it gives me a really good foundation to put some embellishments. So let's see if we can find some in the right color. And if I can't, I'll just, go to my files and I'll make sure to grab the right color. To see if I take this one, for example, on that one, you can't even see it. So this one is okay. I'm just going to go through a few of them and see if they stand out against the other one. This one is okay with this one, and then that one's okay with that one. This one is not. So, oh, look at that. Okay, beautiful. Now that's enough labels because I cut them in half. So 2, it'll be more than enough. I won't need those circles because I decided to go with the viewfinder. Now, since I have this out, let's find some embellishments, right? I was trying to really find stuff for the foundation, but since I'm here, let's get everything else kind of done. This is a maybe because, well, actually, yeah, I kind of like it with this blue because I have to remember I have dark blue here, but the papers are kind of a light blue, so I can still put that in. Let me see. Oh, I see a ticket. And so I'm going to definitely grab some of our new tickets and try to use that. There's a lot of digital files in here. I like those, my, little jewels. So let's try to use those. Okay. Now let's go open the other one because I think I've kind of exhausted these ones here. This says, if in doubt, do crafts. And I'm pretty sure I want to do this page maybe for our trip. So I've been doing quite a bit that don't have any pictures. So when I come back, I'm going to have a session and print a whole bunch of pictures. And then I'm going to, you know, put the pictures in the paper kits or the page kits that are done. And then that way, when I come back, it should be really cool and get a whole bunch of layouts done. Boom, boom, boom. Get them all done. Okay. And then all I'll have to do is the journaling and adding a title, and I'll have the page done. So that'll work out good. I have quite a few embellishments there, but I'm like, is it enough? I got hearts, got butterflies. I think I'd like to have a little bit more. Ooh, I like those. A little bit more to make my embellishment clusters, you know, just a little fuller. Let's bring that. Maybe I can do some kind of title on that. Okay. I know I want to add some tickets, and I know I want to add some arrows. I haven't used my arrows in so long. So I think it was yesterday, I'm like, I got to start pulling out my arrows again. And I pulled them out just before I started the video because I remembered. Okay, so I want blue. My files are sitting over there and they all start to fall and kind of hit the coffee cup. I'm like, no. Precious gold. Precious gold. Plus, can you imagine the mess? That would not have been fun to clean up. So I'm glad that that did not happen. That would have ruined a few things. Okay. You know what? These are close enough, so we'll go with that. I'm trying to make it so I don't keep printing over and over and over and over again and then just using, you know, certain things. I want to make sure that I use everything on these sheets. See this one here, I printed it, I started using it, and then I printed another one, and now I'm using this one. So I got to make sure to use everything from every sheet. Okay, so I got that. Now I got to find the tickets. The tickets. You know what I was thinking? I just thought of that right now. I have, they're kind of file folder holders for where I keep my files. You know, that's where I store them. But it would be kind of fun to have an extra one that I could put on my desk here. So when I'm doing page kits, I could have that next to my, you know, on my desk and have them sitting up. So instead of working through files that are stacked up, which is pretty much impossible, you know, to go through them, it's, you know, I have to keep moving stuff around. That way I can just flip through them and get it. I might see if I can get another one. And to tell you the truth, I could probably use the other half where I store my digital files, like the file folders. So I would keep one that it's always empty and then just use it on my desk. Because I make a lot of page kits. So it would definitely help. Okay. I think I like this one over here because I'm going to be doing, or maybe I could do that one. Like I said, this is all going to be pages, I think, for my vacation. So it's going to work out. Okay, so I'll put that in there. I'll probably use a couple. Now, I think I had said that the smaller version was going to be available this week, and instead, because I think I mentioned that before, but we're running out of room. On my store, I could have 2,500 items, and you think, Nicole, that's a lot of items, you know? Yes, it is, but we have very, very little items left. So this week, we're going to have the bundles of, because we added two new colors to our palette. We added more yellow and rose. So those colors weren't available at the very beginning. So now we're going back and making bundles with the older digital files. So, you know, that's going to be like 2 bundles. So we got room for that. But what we're going to do is we're going to put on sale maybe about 200 files, you know, 50% off. We'll put them on sale for 50% off or maybe more. I don't know what we're going to do. And then for about a week. And when that week is done, those files will be deleted from our store and won't be available anymore. The difference between 2,500 and then it's unlimited, it doubles in price what I have to pay per month. And to me, it's just not worth it to pay that much more. Like that would be about $600 more a year. And you know, that's a lot of money. So we just decided, you know, the older files, they've been there for 2 years. We're going to put them on sale for one more time. And then after that, they'll be gone. They'll be gone. Now they might come back when we do physical products, you know, but who knows when that will happen or if it'll ever happen. We've been talking about it, but shipping lately has, you know, it's kind of crazy. So digital file, people, is the way to go, right? Because then you don't pay shipping. You know how because of gas prices, like shipping has gone a little crazy. Let's cut these out. Shipping has gone a little crazy. So, you know, where these are digital, you just print them at home. And still, if you don't have a printer at home, it would still be cheaper to, you know, send it to your local printing shop and that's really close to you. And then you go get it there, right? Then paying shipping. So I think we're going to wait till things maybe settle down. And that could be a year, right? Who knows if it, you know, how long it's going to take. So that's the reasoning behind not going physical prints right now and just doing, you know, digital prints. Okay, so as you can tell, these are not hard to cut. Not hard at all. And then you would just go here and boom, you cut it. And then the ticket is done. So I just wanted to show, I meant to do that when I filmed, you know, showing the tickets. And then there's other ones that have the little rounded thing. And then what you can do is then once you cut them out, then you just take a small round punch and you punch those out. You don't even have to cut them out. You just take a punch and punch those out. So I just thought I'd tell you about that to make it, you know, that much easier to cut those out. Okay, so this page kit is done. I'm going to put this away and we'll come back with the next one. Okay, so the next page kit, oh, I love the colors. That teal or turquoise and then that green, love it. And I love this because I can use some of those as embellishments. I would never use this as a full page, but I definitely will cut those apart. So we're going to start with some viewfinders because, again, this is the background. So if I use 2-inch circles, they're not going to show. So that was the mint. So I'm thinking that it's going to be the turquoise that's going to coordinate the best. Look at that. What? Perfect. I was saying the other day during a Patreon live that I'm always impressed when, you know, I take our digital files and I put it against some, you know, popular collection, and it coordinates perfectly. And one that is really good at showing that is Moira O'Reilly. She's one of our design team members. She will pick a collection and she will show which files coordinate really well. And it just blows my mind. So if you haven't checked her out yet, go check her out. Her channel is under her name. If I can remember, I will link her in the description box below. Hopefully I remember. And the thing is, like, I will film this and then I'll film, you know, 4 or 5 more videos, and then I'll edit all of them at once. So it could be hours or sometimes days before I edit videos. So that's why I may not remember. Oh, this is pretty. This is pretty. And it works. Or should I go with green? Okay, let's keep this one out. And let's look at the greens. Let's look at the greens. I keep thinking, oh, I want like a new color and stuff. For example, I would love to have another sheet of green with different tones of green. But the problem with that is then, like we're doing with the more yellow and the rose, then we have to go back and do all the digital files. And that's not as easy as it may, you know, sound. It's like, oh, just go back. We have 100. This is pretty. We have 120 something different digital files. So it's quite an undertaking for him to go and do that. I think that'll be okay. It's a little darker green than that, but I think it kind of brings it all together. So we're good with that. Then I like the 1.5 inch circle. 1.5 inch circle. I don't know if I'm going to do it in the green or if I'm going to do it in the lighter blue, like the turquoise, and then go for a lighter turquoise. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go with this. Whew, I almost cut that circle. So we'll do that. Okay. Many times I'll go and do this and then I end up putting these back in there. And people comment and say, just so you know, you put it back in the folder. It's like, ah. No. Okay, I like this. And what I'm going to do, I started putting the whole sheet because I don't know what I want to do when I go to make this page. So I'll just, you know, use what I want and then I'll put it back in the folder once I'm done. So it's all good. And especially for crops, I'm going to be doing that a whole lot more because I kind of forget after, but if it's there, I won't forget. Because I think last time I brought like the whole folder of my words, but once I got there, I forgot about using the words. So I much rather, let me see, I much rather put this in there now, and then I won't forget. And even during like a virtual crop, I'll forget because I'm just chit-chatting, you know, and talking about the page and talking about a whole bunch of other stuff. Okay, so now, so I'll forget. So now I'm going to look for some butterflies, and I'm going to do the turquoise, and I think I'm going to do some green. See, I'd love to have another sheet of green because I would love to have that light green. I mean, this one, somewhat close, but not quite. It's really hard to do, you know, all the colors. All the colors. We've tried to get a big range of color out there by adding the assorted files, like the assorted as far as Cozy Cafe and Pastel Paradise, Radiant Rainbow, but there's still some color gaps, I think. And you know what? I don't think he did that with the butterflies, like the Cozy Cafe and those. So that might be an idea, because that would bring out a few more colors, because the colors that are in Cozy Cafe and in those assorted files, they're different than these ones here. So I guess we're just going to go with the teal because I think the Pastel Paradise would have had a nice green for that, but it's not there. We haven't done that yet. So I should write that down for myself. Assorted butterflies. Okay. That can be on his list, because what I started doing is I printed out some calendars, and then I am writing down, like, this week work on this, and then that way it'll be easier for us to you know, kind of plan ahead, and then I can see, oh, this is coming up in a few months, you know, Christmas is coming up in a few months, so we need to start doing that, or Halloween or Valentine's Day. So keep us a little bit more organized, for sure. And I think with his personality, it's best that he has sort of like a schedule and knows what's coming up. Okay, I see this. The, what do you call that? Speech bubble. And I did take those out. Let me see if I can grab those. So the more I have to go through this, you know, the piles of files, the piles of files, the more, oh, that's not speech bubbles. The more I go through the piles of files, the more I go, yeah, I really need that extra file holder, and try to, then I can have that to the side and use that. This is where I put words, and that's another thing. It's hard to remember what you've already kind of put on these page kits. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Okay, I think I'd like to do at least one or two, and then that way I can see, these are the assorted files. So maybe the green wasn't great either. No. Let me see if there's another green that would go well. I mean, it's pretty much impossible to do all of the colors. I would love that. But again, we would need, we would need, you know, the unlimited files. Let me see. Because that's kind of a yellowish green. So, what about this one? You know what? I'm going to go with the darker green. So I'm going to, do I want to do this one here? Let's do this one here. Let's do this one here. And with our speech bubbles, with your file, you get two. You get the speech bubble that goes this way, and then you get the file for the speech bubble that goes the other way for the price of one. Because we thought it was important to get, you know, because depending where you're going to put it on your layout, you might need it to go one way or the other. Okay, so I think I'm just going to do I want it that big though? I think I'm going to go with this size. And we have them in all the different sizes too, and we have them with words inside. Okay. Perfect. I want tickets because this has tickets in it. So I'm going to have to go with turquoise. Is that mint or is that turquoise? Whatever it is, it's close enough. And this, I think I'll do the free admission one because there is a few things we're going to do this summer on our trip that, you know, the gas is going to be so much and everything, the camping is going to be so much. So we're going to do a lot of stuff that is free, like hiking and that kind of stuff. We're still going to do a few things, you know, that cost money, but it's not as if everything we do is going to cost money because this trip is already costing enough. Costing enough. Oh, and just to let you know, I'll be vlogging the experience and I will be uploading it here on YouTube. But anything that has Mason in it, I can't put it on YouTube because of their laws. Like you can't put children on YouTube. Now you know, maybe if there's a little shot that is the back of his head and then you don't see his face, I might do those. But over on Patreon, and it'll be on the $5 membership or tier or whatever, there I'll do more, if you will, close-ups. Because, first of all, it's a smaller group of people. You don't have to worry about creepers. You know what I mean? So, just for his safety. But I'm definitely going to film just as much as I'm going to take pictures. We have a GoPro that, you know, we'll be using quite a bit. So I was hoping to get one of those drones, but man, they are not cheap. So we're not going to go with that, but it would have been cool to have that, right? To use that in the mountains and stuff and go up in the air and kind of see the scenery from a different perspective. That would have been so cool. But, you know, it is what it is. We'll go with the GoPro and the camera on my phone, which those, I have the new iPhone 13 Pro Max, and the cameras on those are really good. So that's what we'll be sharing. I'm hoping to have a few videos kind of filmed and kind of queued up too. This day's powered by coffee. Every day is powered by coffee. Every day is powered by coffee. I'm really trying to just have 1 cup a day, but some days demand the second cup. Some days demand the second cup for sure. Okay, let me see here. Okay, I think I had, yes, so I don't need that. I just need finishers, a bunch of finishers. So we'll look in the blue, and I also brought the green out. And then as soon as I'm done this page kit, I gotta go find my little fan. I tried to come upstairs as early as I can because she gets mighty warm up here, but it doesn't take very long right now that it gets warm upstairs. So I'm gonna have to get that fan if I want to keep filming and not melt. Maybe though it'll melt the fat. Maybe it can be like a sweatshop thing. You think? You think that would work? Okay. I'll try to get as many things as I can in there. A little bit of green, a little bit of blue. Okay. And then we'll call this page good. We'll call this page good. So let me know in the description box below. I talked about how I'm going to do, these pages without pictures. So do you guys scrap? I normally scrap with pictures because years past, I would scrap without pictures because whenever I did classes, I figured, oh, people can relate more if, there's no pictures in it. And I have still to this day all these pages that have no pictures in it. But this time around, I'm going to try it. And then I'm going to, as soon as we get back, print the photos and put them in. And, over on Patreon, I said I was going to make a video and I'm going to add all the pictures with the pages that we did with them. And then I'll do the same with this. I'll do maybe a bonus, thing for the virtual crop where we're going to put the pictures in. Hey, I just thought of that right now. Do a little live and where we can chat and put the pictures in. So even if people can't make the live to add the pictures, then we will do that when I come back from vacation. So there you go. I have accountability to get the pictures in these page kits. Just like that. Okay, let's put this, and I'm going to try and do it, well, depending on how burnt out I feel when we come back, because 6 weeks is a long time, right? So, yeah. And we're so glad that we have, a few people that are going to stay in our house while we're gone. Today was tough. We can probably use that. You can still love today, but it was tough. Those traveling days, 59 hours is a lot. So, I'm sure it's going to be, I love driving though. I told my husband, we need to take our time. We cannot rush. I don't want to feel stressed the whole time that we're driving because we're pulling a trailer. So I don't want to feel stress, you know. If we say, oh, we're going to leave by this time, and that time comes and we haven't left yet, let's not stress, right? I think the only morning that's really important that we leave when we say we're going to leave is the first day, because that first Harvest Host that we're stopping at, we have to be there by 6 p.m. and they're 10 hours away, 10 hours driving from where we're leaving. And, you know, so I think we're going to leave at 5 o'clock in the morning so that it gives us 13 hours. So it gives us time. And it's not 10 hours driving, 10 hours of day. And because my husband kind of did, okay, we're going to drive 3 hours, going to stop for 45 minutes, like days like that. So we know how long our days are going to be. So they're very, very planned out. And that's the way I like it. So some days it's like 8 or 9 hours, and that includes the stop times. We're taking extra time to get there because I don't want to stress. You know, I figure if we have almost 4 weeks there, because we got to come back too, right? So 3.5 weeks, that's plenty of time. We're across the country, so we need time to get there. Okay. So now we're going to put this away and we'll start the next one. Okay, so now we have yellow and black. So let's do that. This time we're going to do some circles because we have just a plain old white cardstock in the background. And then we'll do this. I think this is from Apples and Oranges. Now, you know, 2 years later, I wish we would have done a couple of things, which we started doing on the newer files, you know, Designs by Nicole Jones 911. But I also wish we would have put the name of the file on each sheet. But, you know, hindsight 2020, you think of stuff after the fact. But I think that would have been cool to have each sheet say the name. But it's all good. You know, at this point, the only reason that it would be good would be, you know, when I'm talking about them, I can say which one it is, but I'm pretty good at doing that anyway, knowing which file is what. Okay. This is more yellow, and it fits perfect. Okay, so now we're going to do the labels. And this is black and yellow, isn't it? Yes. Should I do black or dark gray? I think we have black in the labels. Should I? Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, we'll get 3. Just like that. And then I think I still want some arrows. Like I said, I haven't used arrows in so long. And that's one of my favorite things to do, is to finish off some clusters with arrows. So I don't know why all of a sudden I stopped using them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab 3 of the small black arrows. And then, oh, we don't have the more yellow. Oh, yes, we do. Oh, yes, we do. Because that's one of the new things that's going to be this week. It didn't print right because I didn't move it on the page. With my new printer, I have to, you know, size it. And I didn't do it right. So I need to reprint this because look, when I did it with the rows, it printed perfect. So it's just some stuff that I did that I didn't do right. Okay, I gotta think, because this is going to be on top of that. So what do I want? The darker yellow, or do I want the lighter yellow? I think I'm going to go with these three right here. Okay. Sort of a medium tone yellow. I mean, this one here, I'm still going to use the arrows, you know, because it's really only those that were too close to the side. Actually, they're pretty close. So, okay, so I'm going to put that in there because I need to print another one. And same with this. You know, once I sized it down, it was fine. And that's just the way my printer is. It's a little, what do you call that? A little quirk of my printer. Okay, so I'm going to try and put a couple tickets. Oh, this is the perfect color. The more yellow. And I'm going to do, I'm trying to change them up, right? Maybe let's do these right here. Let's do these. And then another thing I want to try to put in there is some stars and maybe some words. The stars, should I do black or should I do yellow? Maybe not black. How about gray? Let's take some gray and then let's take some yellow. I think I'll do a little bit of each. Okay, a little bit of gray, a little bit of yellow. And these ones too, I'm pretty sure you get 2 files with these stars. They're so pretty. So pretty. Okay, this is the black. I want the lighter. Okay, let's take those out. Okay, put that to the side. And then now I can decide, what do I want? Do I want some full stars or do I want stars that are kind of more open? I think I'm going to go, I think the last one I did the full one. So I think this time I'm going to go with the open stars. And I think I want to use them as accents. So I think I'm going to go with the little one here. And then maybe the little one here too? Or should I go with a bigger one? Let's go with a bigger one. And then maybe I can overlap them. Oh, maybe I can do that. Okay. Let's try that. Okay, and I need a third one. I need a third one, so I'll just do like a dark gray. Dark gray. I love that there's 3 different sizes, so I'm wondering if I shouldn't. Let's get one of a different size here. So I can maybe do smaller ones. Okay. Okay, so now we're ready to start adding other embellishments. And I don't remember what I was saying because somebody went in the kitchen and I don't have a door on my craft room. So I have to turn off the recording whenever, and it was like a good 10 minutes. So I forget what I was saying, but we'll just keep going. We'll just keep rolling with it. So let's see what we can add here. I always try to go through this first before I, break out some new embellishments. Now, I do make pages where I'm like, you know what? This time I'm going to use the embellishments that go with this kit or this, you know, with these papers. I'll do that too, so that we can, you know, so that I can, I guess, use some newer stuff and some older stuff. But I really am trying to use this stuff before, because that's the only way it's going to get. You know what? I'll probably punch this out or cut this out and not use the blue part. And same with this. I'll just cut that off and just use that flower if I use it. Oh, I could use that and maybe do the first day that we leave, our story begins, you know, for the trip. Okay. Awesome. Okay. I still have so much stuff to do. So much stuff to do. Because one thing I want to do is I want to make some pizza dough and freeze it. So we have frozen pizza dough. So, you know, on an evening, it's like, oh, thaw that out, make a quick pizza. I want to make some breakfast biscuits, like tea biscuits, freeze them uncooked, and then you just let them rise, and you, because we have an oven in our trailer, so we can do those. I want to make marinated chicken. As far as, I want to bring some meatballs, but I have quite a few meatballs already done. So I think I'm just going to take some meatballs out of my freezer and use that. And then I want to marinate some pork chops too, so that when, you know, when we get somewhere, it's like I'm bringing my Instant Pot, and I can, while we're setting up, it's like throw everything in the Instant Pot and then throw it on and, you know, let us get set up and kind of relax, and our supper's getting ready. So that's the plan, to have some made ahead stuff like that, at least for the first little bit, you know. I know, I mean, you don't get big freezers in your trailer. Like, your fridge is not like super big, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to freeze everything so it's flat, you know, like even the pizza dough. When I freeze it, I'm going to freeze it flat and not like in a ball, just because then it's going to pack much better in the freezer. Okay. So there's a few things like that. And then before we go to, I want to make, for the first few days, we're going to make some like salads and stuff, like a potato salad and a macaroni salad. And then when we stop somewhere, we'll just take those out, have that with, you know, a hamburger or something, and then we have a pretty good meal when we just quickly stop for food, you know. So my mom and I have been kind of making a list of things that we can do. You know what? That could be what I do here. That could be the page about that. The prep work, everything that we did for prepping. So let me get, I had taken away the recipe card, but I can bring it back, and then it can be prep work for trip. And then I can, you know, kind of talk about all of that. Okay, cool. I think I have enough stuff, but it's yellow and black, so I do want a little bit of black embellishments. I kind of went crazy there with the yellow, but it's all good. Okay, had a sneaky sneeze there. Ooh, that could be good because we're traveling. I don't need too much. Oh, look, let's get a few cameras. Haven't used cameras in a while too. it's really hard to kind of make sure that you use everything, right? Because again, I don't have all those files right next to me. So there we go. We're going to call this good. Now we're going to pack this up, put all this stuff away because the next layout is not yellow and black. And then we'll work on our last layout for today. So the last one is going to be pink and black. And look how many containers of pink I have. So you know what? I'm not going to even bring in my digital files. I'm going to try and, you know, find stuff in here that I can use. And then that way it'll use up some of this stuff in here. I like that. It'll use up some of the stuff in here and maybe bring down some of these containers. And this is one of the main reasons why I try to work from here and not, you know, bring in some new embellishments all the time, because it's getting a little out of control, just like my scraps. They're getting out of control. But you know what? I think I'm at 110 layouts for this year. So it's not as if I'm not making a lot of layouts. I have made a lot of layouts this year, and we're only halfway through the year. So I'm hoping to at least double that, which I think I'll more than double it, but it's going to be cool because just this weekend, we're going to add 10 to that number. I'm going to add 10 to that number, so that's cool. Okay, let's bring in some of these butterflies. Why not? Oh, little birdie, come here. Okay. Write your own story. Okay, let's use that. Okay. We have 2 of those. It can be enough, but a lot of times I might need 3. So, oh, perfect. Smile. Okay, so this is going to be the last one. Let's put 2 of those. I really like those. And let's put that. So we need the 1.5 inch circle now. So even though I'm not using my files, I still think about, okay, what do I need for my embellishment clusters, you know? I really like making a foundation. I look at my older pages and I'm like, oh, I really like them. It's just when I look at the clusters, I'm like, they're really floaty. So I'm so happy that I started, you know, working on foundations and stuff. Okay, and I don't mind if I end up with a lot of stuff. It's all good. It's all good. And you know, if you're going to a crop, that's just a bonus because you're bringing extra embellishments so that when you, you know, if lo and behold, you end up finishing everything at the crop, you have enough stuff. You're going to have leftover pattern papers. You're going to have leftover embellishments. So you could easily throw another page kit together and make another page. So you're not stuck without having to bring your entire craft room, which is exactly what I used to do. I used to bring pretty much my whole craft room. Ooh, I like this. But I only have one. Weep, sad. Okay. Really trying to use, I've purchased quite a few die cuts and stuff. You know, I don't like the gold, but I can cut that off. No worries. So not die cuts, dies. So I'm really trying to use them quite a bit. Okay. I would love, before I go away, that I could do like a whole day of maybe doing, you know, like right now I'm standing up, but I would love to be able to sit down and record and not do voiceovers though, just record and then do a whole bunch of pages for while I'm gone. And then all I'll have to do is the voiceover. So that would be awesome. Okay. I'm going to try and dedicate a day just to do that. So you probably noticed I stopped doing the lives here on YouTube, and it's only until I come back. I just so much stuff to do, and you know, that extra 2-3 hours a week is going to help me right now. So when we come back, I'll go back on, you know, making lives every Thursdays. I might take like a week or so to kind of recoup, and then we'll start doing lives again. I don't know why there's only one black container here, because I know I have two. I must have put it away. That's okay. I don't think I need that much. So these are my people. That's cool. That's cool. Okay. Maybe a couple gray butterflies to kind of go with that. Oh, a couple little banners maybe. A little arrow. Here's another. Oh, and look. Whenever I find enamel dots in here, I'm like, okay, I'm going to try and use those right away. Right away. Okay. Cool. I think that's going to be it. So that's it. I'm going to stop it here. So if you're interested in the class or the virtual crop, it's linked in the description box below. It's $10, and you're going to get 10 challenges, 10 hours of scrapping, and then you get a $4 coupon so you can get your own digital files. So really it's $6 for the class. And I had somebody ask if it's going to be recorded. Yes, it's going to be recorded. So even if you miss a few hours, you can go back and listen to the recording and, you know, see all the pages that were done. But that's it. We're going to stop it here today. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.